موائل القدوة. Today I will explain Sonnet 65 by William Shakespeare. Since brass, nor stone, nor earth, nor boundless sea, but sad mortality or sweet their power, how with this sage shall beauty hold the play, whose action is no stronger than a flower? Oh, how shall summer's honey breath hold out against the wakeful siege of pattering days, when rocks impregnable are not so stout, nor gates of steel so strong but time decays. O fearful meditation, where alack shall time's best jewel from time's chest lie hid, or what strong hand can hold his swift foot back, or how his spoil of beauty can forbid? Oh, none unless this miracle have might, that in black ink my love might still shine bright. Introduction. Sonnet 65, also known as Since brass, nor stone, nor earth, nor boundless sea, is number 65 of 154 sonnets that Shakespeare wrote over his lifetime. These sonnets are devoted to a young beautiful man whose identity remains unknown to this day. There has been a great deal of speculation about who this young man could possibly be, but no single identity has never been decided upon. There are some who believe that Shakespeare only wrote these poems on commission, some that he was adopting a person while writing, and others who believe that he is the speaker in the poems and truly had a relationship with her, plotting or romantic with the fair youth. The summary. Sonnet 65 by William Shakespeare is one of several poems that discussion time, age, and what writing can and cannot to do fight against these forces. The poem is not addressed to thee or you, as the majority of Shakespeare's sonnets are. Rather, the lines of Sonnet 65 refer applicably to the fair youth and the impact that time is going to have on him. The speaker racks his brain for anyone or anything that's been able to resist time, and he cannot think of anything. The only way that the youth can possibly survive is to live within the poet's writing. The structure. Sonnet 65 by William Shakespeare is a 14-line poem that is contained within one stanza in the form that has become synonymous with the poet's name. The English or Shakespearean sonnet, sometimes also known as the Elizabethan, is made up of 3 quatrains or sets of 4 lines and one concluding couplet or set of 2 rhyming lines. The poem follows a consistent rhyme scheme that conforms to the pattern of A P A P C D C D E F J J, and it is written in impact pentameter. Impact pentameter means that each line contains 5 sets of 2 beats, known as metrical feet. The first is unstressed and the second stressed. Now, poetic techniques. Shakespeare make use of several poetic techniques in Sonnet 65. This include but are not limited to alliteration, metaphor, and personification. The first of these alliteration the first of these alliteration occurs when words are used in succession or at least appear close together and begin with the same sound. For example, power and play in lines 2 and 3, as well as breathe and battering. A metaphor a metaphor is a comparison between two unlike things that doesn't use like or as is also present in the text. When using this technique, a poet is saying that one thing is another thing. They aren't just similar. There is a good example in line 5 where the speaker refers to the youth beauty as summer's honey breath. This relates back to several other similes and metaphors in other sonnets where the youth is represented by warmth and the sun. Finally, personification occurs when a poet imbues a non-human creature or object with a human characteristic. Shakespeare uses a personification to depict time as something that has agency and the power to destroy at will. Now analyze lines 1 to 4. In the first four lines of Sonnet 65, the speaker begins by returning to the subject matter that he expressed an interest in throughout the previous two sonnets. Within those poems, as well as within this one, Shakespeare deals with the themes of time, old age, and beauty. These are all discussed along with the fair youth and how the relationship the speaker has with him will change over time. He acknowledges in lines 1 and 2 that everything is at the mercy of time. This includes brass, stone, earth, and the boundless or limited sea. There is nothing that's strong enough to resist the sad mortality. If these things, if you quite strong forces cannot fight back against time, then what chance does beauty have in the face of such power? Beauty, he says, is no stronger than a flower. Now the lines 5 to 8. He asked a rhetorical questions in the second quatrain, another technique that is quite commonly used within Shakespeare's sonnets. He wonders how the youth's beauty, what he refers to as summer's honey breath, will be able to stand up against the workful sage of battering days. The chances of the youth winning out seem entirely impossible as the guests of steel and the rocks are unable to withstand time. Line 9 to 14. In the third and final quatrain of Sonnet 65, the speaker explains over this possibility. It's terrifying to him, as he stated in the previous sonnets, to consider what time is going to do to his beloved. He wonders where he hates the youth's beauty so that time cannot reach it. It is a creation of time, but one like all other creation that time is coming to destroy. He asks several other questions in this quarter while considering who has the ability to guard age and the destruction of beauty. The answer these questions come in the final two lines. Another common features of Shakespeare's works, he provides an answer to a problem in the couplet. With the turn, it comes clear that no one is going to be able to stand up against time. There is truly only one possibility that the speaker perceives the youth's beauty within his writing. Thank you very much.